Guys, there is massive uncertainty in the workforce these days. The reality is that AI is flipping everything on its head. Nobody knows which jobs are going to be around in the future and which jobs are going to be toast. It's just really remarkable what's happening. But don't just take my word for it. Listen to what the Coinbase CEO just said yesterday after laying off 14% of the Coinbase staff. He said, quote, "AI is changing how we work. Over the past year, I've watched engineers use AI to ship in days what used to take a team weeks. Non-technical teams are now shipping production code, and many of our workflows are being automated." But guess what? There's more. Snap just said that it's laying off hundreds of people and that 65% of its code is written by AI. Did you hear what I said? This is Snapchat. The parent company for Snapchat said they're using AI to write 65% of their code. Still not convinced that AI is replacing these, quote, learn to code professions? AI was directly attributed to 80,000 layoffs this year. And we're just getting started. Guys, that's nearly 25% of layoffs this year are directly attributed to AI. This is compared to 5% in 2025 and 2.5% in 2024. Here's some more. You're still not convinced? Here's some more numbers, guys. Meta is firing 20% of its staff. Microsoft just asked 7% of its US workforce to retire. We covered this in a video. If you've been subscribed to the channel, this should not be a surprise. Oracle is canning 30,000. Salesforce fired half of its staff for AI. It said that its AI agents do the job better than humans, although they might be walking that back. There's just so much uncertainty. Atlassian just cut 1,600. Can you see where we're going here? This is a very tumultuous time. I could go on, and there are different ways that you can kind of handle this problem. Some people say that software jobs are completely toast. I don't necessarily know that that's the case. What I do know is that it's going to change a lot. And there's different ways that you kind of look at this problem of uncertainty in the jobs market. And, I'm a huge proponent of starting a side hustle using AI to build different solutions to different sorts of problems. One of the cool things with AI is you can test really, really quickly. In fact, while we're talking right now, I've got Claude Cowork at home working on a project. So when I get back to the house, I can see what Claude Cowork has built for me, and I can go from there. I can take it on from there. It's really, really powerful. But you might say, Mark, I don't know about entrepreneurship. I don't know about all this side hustle stuff, and that's fine. But I think it's important that we kind of reframe what's happening from a profession standpoint. And again, just a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Course Careers. They're doing a really good job of getting people placed, getting people trained, and getting people the outcome they want, which is in a career that's got a positive outlook. And they've done this for over the past 6 years. I'll talk a little bit more about Course Careers in a moment, because I just kind of think that it's unfair the way that our kids are being brought up these days. They're being brought up thinking, I don't know about you, but I felt immense pressure that you got to go to college, you got to get a master's degree or a bachelor's degree, you got to get a good job, you got to get the white picket fence and all of that. And I just don't know that that same model is going to work. AI is just really transforming what we do. And I don't want to get into the whole college is a scam thing, but the amount of debt that is required to be incurred to go to college is absolutely obscene. It is absolutely obscene. It definitely feels like a scam, especially when there's companies like Course Careers that can get you on your feet and get you hired for less than $1,000, and they're shooting to get you hired within less than 12 weeks. So you're looking at 3 months, less than $1,000, I can have my foot in the door of a career that can be upwards of 6 figures and plus. I mean, that's not a bad, it's not a bad gig, guys. Anyway, I digress. What I want to do here is just kind of talk to you about 4 of the hotter careers on the Course Careers platform, and just kind of talk a little bit about what their job outlook is, what the median income is, and so on and so forth. Because again, you can get started, get your foot in the door for free just to kind of test the waters if you've been thinking about a career shift, or if you're a young person who's thinking about what the hell am I gonna do? What is there for me? College kids can't find, they're graduating with hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt and they can't even get a job. What are we gonna do? Well, it might be possible that you go to the careers that are in demand. So the first career I'm going to talk about here today is construction manager. So a construction manager has a median pay of about $107,000 and a 9% job growth outlook by 2034. And this is considered much faster than average as far as job outlook. Are there going to be more construction manager jobs? According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the answer is yes. The answer is yes. They say that the average growth trajectory for a career is going to be about 3%, whereas construction manager is going to be about a 9% job growth outlook. And what does that mean? Well, a construction manager is going to plan, coordinate, budget, supervise construction projects from start to finish. And most of their time is going to be spent on site. You know, there's been a lot of talk about data center construction and all the infrastructure and build outs that go into that. There's been talks about housing shortages and constructing and building more homes, and then shopping plazas and roads and hospitals, all this stuff. So there's going to be a lot of, I think we're about to hit a construction boom. I don't know about you. Energy costs are a little bit of a concern, but I think that there's going to be a construction boom that we are about to hit. And again, the numbers don't lie there when they're talking about a 9% job growth outlook. And again, this is the type of job that's going to put you out in the sun. You're going to be putting feet on the ground. If you're not like excited about being stuck in an office all day, then, you know, the type of construction management type of job might be good for you. Okay, another job that Course Careers is really highlighting, and again, I'm not doing my research through Course Careers. I'm going to the department or the BLS here. Technical and scientific sales reps. They are going to average, or their median pay is going to be about $100,000. So you're still in that six-figure club, boys. You're still in that six-figure club, which is quite frankly interesting enough, much higher than non-technical and non-scientific products, which have a median annual wage of around $67,000. So just kind of positioning yourself in what you're selling and who you're selling to can increase your pay from $67,000 a year to $100,000 a year. I thought that was very, very interesting. Now, I do have a little bit of a concern on this career field, is the job outlook is 1% growth by 2034, which is actually slower than the average job growth. There's gonna be more travel. So you're gonna be traveling a lot more. It might mean less time with the kids. It might be a lot more hours on the road where you can listen to podcasts like this. You're gonna be selling goods for wholesalers and manufacturers to businesses, government agencies, and miscellaneous organizations. And you know, I don't know about the 1% job growth. I kind of have this feeling that we're gonna need more salespeople in the future, especially in the B2B markets. Sales is definitely a high pressure kind of role. But, you know, again, we actually covered AI and salespeople just a few videos ago. I'll post a link to it here where I do a deep dive into how AI is impacting the sales profession and how it's impacting CRM management, proposal generation, prospecting. AI is really impacting that. And quite frankly, if you're good at sales, I think AI is going to make you insanely good at sales. In any event, I think the key is make sure that you're selling the right type of product, and you want to be in that technical and scientific field. You don't want to be selling, you want to be selling something that's a little bit complicated and expensive, right? Sell expensive things to rich people. That's a good rule of thumb. Anyway, that's a career you get started on at Course Careers today. And again, if you click the link below, use my link, you get a special discount. And again, you can get started for free, which is not too bad. Purchasing managers is the next career I want to talk about. And the median wage for a purchasing manager is around $140,000 a year. That's not bad. It's not bad. I think you'd have a happy wife making $140,000 a year. The job growth outlook is 5%, which is faster than the average job. Now, what's interesting here is you probably won't start as a purchasing manager, which is basically managing a team of purchasers. You'd probably start as a buyer or a purchasing agent. And those roles are going to have a median pay of $75,000 annually, which still not too bad, $75K plus miscellaneous benefits that you get from that organization. And this is going to be primarily office work with some light travel. So again, if you're trying to build a family, if you don't want to be traveling all the time, if you'd like to have an office job that has a trajectory of getting you to the six figures, I think that this purchasing manager, not a bad place to be. I also would expect that it's going to be heavily AI focused, so you're going to be learning a lot of new skills, a lot of new tools. Anytime you're going to be in the office, you're going to be using AI. And again, the thing that I like about the management position in a way is like the better you are at coordinating and working with people, the better. Again, moving to this new world, working with people, building out relationships is going to be really, really key. I also want to give a shout out to Course Careers. They just came out with a brand new course for property management. Right now in property management, you might not know this, there are 39,000 available jobs. And this is actually perfect for realtors. Maybe you're a realtor and you're kind of struggling to get things rolling. Well, taking a side property management course is a good way to supplement that income, and perfect for realtors. It offers that kind of that stability of income where, if there's an up and down in the market, you might have a dry spell. Well, being in the property management field kind of gets you the best of both worlds. It's a combination of office work and on-site work, like showing properties, meeting contractors. As the president of an HOA at one of my previous homes, I worked with the property manager a lot. Not easy work by any means being a property manager, but it does give a lot of opportunity. You get to meet a ton of people. You really grow a strong network of referrals and so on and so forth. And a property manager is going to have around a $67,000 median income with a 4% growth trajectory over the next several years, which is just above the average of 3% growth. So all four of these job roles you may have not even thought about or considered, but you can actually get started for free today with Course Careers. And again, I don't take on every sponsor, guys. I get hit up by dozens of sponsors every week. I don't take them all on. I took on Course Careers because I think it's a good fit. They've been in business over 6 years. They have a 14-day guarantee. You could start 14 days for free. These are not super expensive courses. You're not spending thousands and thousands of dollars to get a degree in something that you might end up not even using. I have a $100,000 plus degree in marketing and management, but with the work I do not need any degree. I could have saved myself the $130,000, put it into an index fund, and I probably wouldn't even need to work these days. But I digress. Course Careers, you can get started for just a few $100, 14 days free. They've been in business for 6 years. And one of the reasons that I took them on, I met with one of their guys there. I loved him, thought he was awesome. Been communicating back and forth with him. And thank you guys for supporting the channel and supporting yourselves, because just the amount of people that are clicking over there, getting started. Life-changing stuff, guys. Life-changing stuff. I wanted to work with people that, it's not enough just to get on here and then complain about the problems of employment. We have to find solutions, and looking for affordable training is important. But what is the outcome that we want? We want to get a great job so we can be relevant, respected, and financially free. And that's what they do at Course Careers. They even have an entire ecosystem, matchmaking marketplace of ecosystem. So it's not like one of those things where you finish the course, you're like, have a nice life. No, they actually have employers that are going through that program and looking for people that overperform so that they can get hired. And again, going through a course that's a few $100, 14-day free guarantee, you're done in less than 12 weeks, and then they help you find a job. I thought it was all around a huge deal, and I look forward to seeing your success through that program. Guys, if you like today's video, smash the like button, leave a comment below. If you have any questions, put it in the comment below. You guys know what it is. I'll be here 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday, bringing you the hottest news in the employment field, because again, the future is human. Despite AI changing everything, which we know it will, AI changes everything, I believe there's lots of opportunity. I firmly believe that, and I wish the best for you. So anyway, thanks for being here, for watching, for supporting the channel, and I will catch you in the next video. Oh, by the way, if you missed yesterday, that is a banger. Yesterday, we talked way more in detail about what's happening with AI over at Coinbase. Coinbase is just, they're cutting the legs out of their employees, and you got to see that story. It's crazy. Go check it out here. All right, boys, see ya. Peace.